All right. Let's go ahead and get this going because I'm going to try to get somebody on with me. Um, because I need to understand more. I was in the shower. This is how I fucking found out about this trade. Just so you guys know, I was in the fucking shower, and when I take showers, and maybe I'll think this is a little weird, but I don't care. I'll still put it out there. When I take showers, I like to binge watch TV shows because like everybody asks me how do you watch sports and play all your video games and binge watch TV shows. Well, I binge watch TV shows during some of the most important shitting and cleaning times of life. And so I was watching Cheers, and then my buddy from the Air Force, who's a Steelers fan, messages me and says, "Holy shit, Clowney for peanuts. I can't believe he did that." That's how I found out about this trade. After multiple days of waiting for Bill O'Brien to do something, I find out while I'm watching Cheers in the shower from a guy who's not even connected to the team in any way whatsoever. And this is fucking stupid. I'm going to say this, and I know this is going to be super controversial. I think Bill O'Brien might be functionally retarded. He might be. Like, this is one of the most moronic trades I've ever seen. If it's Barkevious Mingo and a first-round pick, maybe. I don't know who this fucking Jacob Martin guy is. But, like, look, everybody, you guys talked about, Clowney didn't do enough. Clowney didn't do enough. Well, he did a hell of a lot more than being worth a third-round pick, Barkevious Mingo, and some unknown freaking linebacker. Are you kidding me? What's going on, Wise Citizens? What's up? Oh, hey, is that Papetex, Robert? What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? Yeah, Robert says Texans are the worst team ever. I know. I'm starting to jump on board that bandwagon, man. How many other teams in the NFL are going to trade a guy of Jadeveon Clowney's talent for that haul? How many other fucking teams in the NFL are going to sit here and tell us and try to pull the wool over our eyes and act like we're idiots and try to tell us that they're a smarter, more efficient, flatter organization without a GM? And then all of a sudden, you have this guy in Jadeveon Clowney who you drafted number 1 overall. It's not like he's been a bust. Has he given you 16 sacks in the season? No, but I'll be damned if 9.5 sacks and 21 tackles for a loss. That's a pretty good season to me. That's a pretty damn good pass rusher. That is definitely a damn good run stopper. Not to mention the amount of freaking QB hurries he gets whenever they know and they specifically game plan against him to dump the ball off before he gets there. He's the only guy in the NFL. That is being game planned against, while he also has another Pro Bowl pass rusher on the other side. Like, I'm not going to kid myself and say that I would definitively choose Jadeveon Clowney over J.J. Watt, but I don't think it's as cut and dry and as black and white as people think. There are very few guys in this league that could be on the opposite side of J.J. Watt, and defenses would still need to game plan against them. Von Miller, Aaron Donald, I know he doesn't play there, but I'm throwing his name in there. Khalil Mack, maybe DeMarcus Lawrence. It's like 5 guys tops, and Jadeveon Clowney's one of them. Are people going to game plan against fucking Barkevious Mingo? No. You want to know Barkevious Mingo's stats over the last few years? Let's look at these just, man. He came into the league in 2013 with 5 sacks on the season. Hey, good rookie year. That is a promising, what's up, H-Town Sports? That's a promising young talent right there. Woo! 5 sacks for his rookie year. I'll take that. That's pretty good. You want to know how many sacks he has had in the 5 seasons since then? 5. The Texans just traded one of the best pass rushers in the league for a guy who has 10 sacks over 6 seasons, and he's only had 5 in the last 5 years. I don't know much about this Jacob Martin guy. He's the linebacker. Did we need another linebacker? Is he an outside linebacker? Is he a pass rusher? Did they value him at some point? I don't know anything about him. Let's fucking look up his stats. That's the beauty of this show. I can do whatever I want whenever I want. Let's look up Jacob Martin's stats. Well, it immediately pulls up Jacob Martin, the cricketer. Here we go. Jacob Martin, he's an outside linebacker, defensive end. In his rookie year, he had 3 sacks. Okay. It's a promising talent. But if you smush Jacob Martin and Barkevious Mingo together, they're still not even half the player that Jadeveon fucking Clowney is. I don't know. I guess really what I thought was at some point, Bill O'Brien was going to pull his head out of his ass and he was going to try to mend this thing and try to say, look, Jadeveon, we want you here long term. We want to keep you around. We want to make sure you're a part of this team and you're a part of us. And we'll do what it takes. And let's just, you know what? Let's play this season under the franchise tag and then we'll go from there. And we'll see what happens. But at least just man up. Stand in front of him. Sit in front of the guy. Have a conversation like a man. And tell him where you stand. And try to work it out. But no. Instead, he probably gets ghosted. He probably gets non-answers because that's what Bill O'Brien does best. And now Texans fans get left with a guy who was once a number 1 overall pick, not even a first-round draft pick, a number 1 overall pick who's been traded for peanuts. You couldn't even get a second-round pick? How can you not get a first-round pick out of that? It's already nuts that you were trying to trade Jadeveon Clowney, a first-round pick and more for Laramie Tunsil. I love Laramie Tunsil. I think he's going to be a really, really good player in the NFL. But that's a lot. And I love the Duke Johnson trade. You know what? The more I think about it, the more I've had time to process it. The more I love Duke Johnson being here, especially since Lamar Miller went down. But you still overpaid for him. You still overpaid for a guy who was the 3rd string running back on the Cleveland Browns. You traded a 3rd round pick for him. So you want to know essentially what you just fucking did? You want to know? I didn't even think about this. They traded a 3rd round pick for Lamar Miller. Now they traded Jadeveon Clowney for a 3rd round, or for not for Lamar Miller, for Duke Johnson Jr. You know what they did? Is they essentially, this offseason, their biggest move was they traded Jadeveon Clowney for Duke Johnson Jr. and Barkevious Mingo. That's what they did. And you can sit here and talk about Brian Gaine not shoring up the offensive line all you want. But apparently he's the one that brought in Roderick Johnson. That was a Brian Gaine move. And we all think Johnson looks good. He's the one that drafted Justin Reed. He's the one that drafted the Jordan Thomas and Jordan Akins. So we can sit here, because Brian Gaine was fired and let go, we can sit here and act like it was all his fault. Or we can realize that Brian Gaine did more good than he did bad. Now, the bad is not shoring up the offensive line, okay? The bad is not going for Andre Dillard when he needed to. And I really, really don't think that's 100% on him. Is it part of him because he's the GM? Obviously. But part of that's also Bill O'Brien, too. That's a grade thing. That's a talent thing. That's a scout thing. It's not like Brian Gaine's in there like Der Fuhrer telling everybody, no, shut up. I'm drafting who I want. It's a team effort. So we can't put all the onus on Brian Gaine. But we know he did good things. He's one of the only people to take a 3rd round draft pick and turn it into something with this franchise. But what have we gotten since Brian Gaine left? What have we gotten since Brian Gaine was fired? And he wanted to pay Clowney too. Great point, wise citizens. Great point. The biggest reason why he's gone is because he wanted to pay Jadeveon Clowney. But what have we gotten since he's left? We essentially traded, or the Texans essentially traded Jadeveon Clowney for Duke Johnson, Barkevious Mingo, and some fucking linebacker I don't know about. And people are going to try to twist it, and they're going to try to turn it, and there's a specific station that's going to sit there and try to make and not all the shows, but you know what? That afternoon show, I swear to God, they're going to try to make this seem like the best move ever. People are going to try to twist your thoughts. People are going to try to twist your words. The Texans are going to try to control the message like they always do in every single way, and they're going to try to convince this entire city that no. We traded Jadeveon Clowney for a third-round pick and a really good pass rusher. 2 really good young pass rushers. That's what they're going to try to convince you. But no, right here, what I'm saying on this Wasted Talent special, while I'm supposed to be headed to a fucking event for work, and I'm supposed to be headed to a draft, but I have to do this instead, no, right now, do not fall for their shit. I'm telling you. You're going to hear a bunch of rhetoric about how, no, this is good for the franchise. No, Jadeveon Clowney didn't want to be here. No. They're trying to lie to you. What was the opportunity cost? What could we have had? You know what we could have had? We could have had a GM here that brought in guys that he believed in and at least given the guy a more than one season of a chance. Let him sign Jadeveon Clowney, and then we go into this season with Jadeveon Clowney at the other pass rushing position alongside J.J. Watt. And then you let Roderick Johnson play left tackle and see what happens. But right now, Jadeveon Clowney is not going to be on the opposite side of J.J. Watt, and we still have to run with Roderick Johnson and see what happens because Bill O'Brien failed to trade for a left tackle. He failed to trade for an offensive lineman. He traded Jadeveon Clowney for a third-string running back and a pass rusher who has had 5 sacks in the last 5 seasons. Then that's what we got. We have a more efficient, flatter organization. What are your guys' thoughts? Everybody who's watching right now. I got a pretty decent amount of people watching me right now. So what are your thoughts? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Because I think this is absolute shit. Like, this is what happens when you don't have one GM making all the decisions that actually knows what he's doing. Not sitting there and playing a game pretending to be GM. It's like Bill O'Brien's playing house with the GM position. It's absolutely stupid. I mean, I want to see like you can see it over there to the left of my face. It's for me to the right. But to your left of my face, I want to see Bill O'Brien crash and burn this season. D'Lo wants to know if we can veto a trade as fans. Jesus Christ, I wish. Oh, I wish. I would love to see Whitney. So Slim Hardaway says Merciless gets 12 sacks. I would love to see Merciless get 12 sacks, but after watching the way he performed last year against less than ideal competition, I don't have faith that he can get back to a double-digit sack season. Although there's nobody else there to do it, so we'll see. Like, to be honest, I'm not feeling this defense, man. I'm not feeling this defense at all. Not the way I did last year. And last year they had problems. But look, I love Justin Reed. Yeah, yes, Ori, it just happened. It just happened just a little bit ago. I love Justin Reed. And I love Jonathan Joseph. I think Justin Reed's going to be one of the best young safeties in the league, so there's no concerns there. I love Jonathan Joseph, but he's old. He's going to slow down at some point. I missed this one. Why Citizen says the Texans are the New York Knicks of the NFL. Hell yeah, man. I'm feeling that right now. Jesus, I'm feeling that right now. And maybe this is why I'm so disenfranchised by this team at this point. Like, we constantly hear, oh, it's going to change. Oh, it's going to change. Oh, it's going to change. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And it never does. Ori says, I was worried Miami was going to make the mistake and trade for him. Man, you know what? Like, I knew that deal wasn't going to go through. Look, I didn't tweet it out, but I had a tweet ready. I've had a tweet ready for like the last 2 weeks in the drafts of Twitter that just says Bill O'Brien is a moron. Of course he did this. Because I just knew he wasn't going to do anything smart. I knew he wasn't going to be able to get value. He's playing checkers against a bunch of fucking GMs that are playing chess. It's like whenever my kids try to play video games against me. It's no contest. They could pretend like they know what they're doing, and maybe at their level they do, but whenever you play against somebody that's done it longer, has more experience, and knows all the inner workings, it's not going to work. And right now, that's what's happening. Is Bill O'Brien thinks that he's smarter. He thinks that he's smart enough. He thinks he can pull the wool over these guys' eyes, and he just can't. And so now this is what we're stuck with. We're stuck with a fucking head coach who thinks he's a GM and he's not good at it. It's terrible. It's so frustrating, man. So I want to see them crash and burn. I don't care. I'm up for chaos this season. I want to see, you know what I want to see, and if I could get this would be perfect. I just want to see Deshaun Watson doing well, but doing well outside of the pocket. Just don't get hurt. Have some good games. Do well. But I want to see them lose 10 games at least. Dude, if they could lose 3 or 4, that'd be great. Just tank. I mean, screw it. But I want to see Bill O'Brien crash and burn. I want him out of here, man. I'm done. Get a better coach in here that actually knows what he's doing. Get an actual GM in here that actually knows what he's doing. Because this is absolute nonsense, man. Like, you traded Jadeveon Clowney for Duke Johnson Jr. and Barkevious Mingo. I don't know. That's all I got. I wanted to come on and do a quick thing, just real fast, to hop in and talk about this, but I have stuff that I have to go do and things that I need to go attend. But thanks for joining me, guys. I really do appreciate it, as always. You can follow me at Josh Beard Radio on Twitter. You can follow me, Josh Beard, on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. Obviously, it's youtube.com /C/ Josh Beard. So you can find me there. Let's see what this team can do. I'm going to have a real bad day now. I had my first fantasy draft last night. It was a live draft with my family. I felt good about my team. And now this news this morning just completely wrecked my day. The Seahawks fleeced Bill O'Brien. The Seahawks are going to have a damn good defense. I'm really, really interested to see what Seattle's going to be able to do. With Jadeveon Clowney on the defensive side of the ball with some of those other guys, and Russell Wilson at the helm still, Seattle's got a damn good team. And they've got a damn good chance to compete. I still think Russell Wilson's one of the most underrated quarterbacks. Year to year, always one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I appreciate you guys joining me. I'll be live again on Tuesday night at 9 o'clock doing my regular show. But for now, I'm going to go cry myself to sleep with a bottle of whiskey. Yeah, D-Lo, absolutely. We could have at least gotten a second-round pick. But, all right. You guys take it easy, and I'll see y'all later.